looking very nice is Sire. Holox back with that patented color setup that he wears with the same skin, looking nice and crisp. That axe is on point. Getting into this bad boy. Game number 1, Sire versus Holox.
Holox is going to start out with the axe here, going up against this Bodvar, taking a lot of damage. The hammer working out really well for Sire.
Here we are swinging away. Tried to go for over the top, but a nice dodge from Sire and a retaliation there. Damage is in favor of Sire right now. Both of these players moving very nicely, playing off of that plat, sliding off the side and just using their dodges correctly to get around and find opportune moments. But Sire is the one really getting it done. No recovery attempt. I thought that was going to be the KO. And no, does not opt to go for it. Hammer in hand.
Holox over with the spear, hits the down air, gonna need a lot more of that Neutralite. Oh, backing up the Neutralite as well. Good job resetting. That's something Holox has done so well about not really overextending too often. Getting one hit, knowing when to back up, and knowing when to push forward.
That is correct. I like it. Recovery coming out from Sire. Going to take the stock out. And I was getting kind of scared because Holox was looking nice and poised on the ground. And if that no recovery over there to take the stock earlier, it could have came back to bite him.
We're seeing Holox yet again coming in with the axe, just kind of running away a lot. Running all the way to the right side of the stage, then the left side of the stage.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to set up and set something up for punishes and not really looking for what Sire's doing and getting hovered over and clipped. Nice weapon toss, going to stop the recovery coming out from Holox, but that recovery with the spear going to work out. And now we got axe. Toss it out of here. I'm going with my main.
Oh, grabs that one right out from underneath Sire, and it's exactly what Holox wants. Gets that refresh on the spear. Going to have the weapon starve as well. Sire unable to make it in and grab that weapon out from underneath Holox yet again. So we're still seeing the same thing for a level 85 Bryn. I would expect a much stronger axe coming out from Holox.
I was just going to bring up that it's exactly what you said earlier. Throwing that thing away every single time, does not even care to play the weapon. Is this a pride thing since everyone hates axe? But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's just the fact that their spear is that much better. Holox going to fall to the recovery of Sire. And Sire's looking clean with this sword play. Hasn't been too much hammer. The sword's just doing work.
Oh, please punish that landing. It was only with a Neutralite. A little bit weak coming up from Holox, but maybe the reaction time just wasn't quite there to grab something ahead of time, like queuing up a side signature. That was a very telegraphed ground pound, but was able to get through Sire. There you go. GCD Sig.
That's how you get a stock out of here. Bryn's Sig package is very nice. But see, that's another thing I don't understand, right? Like, why wouldn't you use your axe? I understand. It's obvious that they're the fan of the spear and they're better with the spear. But the Sig pack coming out from the axe itself is a great weapon. The Sig pack with this character, why not attempt it?
Now, this was something that someone said in Twitch chat earlier that I don't think necessarily applied to the moment that they said it, but I think it does apply to this one, is Holox is playing a lot of Spear, but not playing a lot of Bryn. Now, we do see the GC down sig coming out on Spear pretty well, but other than that, it's just a lot of kind of generic Spear play. So you would think that Holox overall in tournament would report a lot of different Spear characters, but that's not the case. It's really just the Bryn in like 22 different games coming out from Holox. So it seems like Holox is just kind of the Kosalix of Southeast Asia, but instead of Lance, it's going to be that Spear. Sire's going to take that one, though they were both last stock red. You see almost dead even damage between the two. 609 coming out from Sire and 599 coming out from Holox. That's how close it was.
Yeah, just 10 more damage coming out for Sire. That is a big-time dub to take over the top of him. And that's it. You know, you just get the punish trying to throw at a Sig there at the end. When I mean, it was necessary because if it landed, it was game. But it's one of those moments, again, you gamble really hard. It's kind of like that down Sig we saw earlier from the Val whenever we were like, what are you doing? If it lands, you win. But let's look at the sword damage coming out. 411 coming out for Sire. So it looks like both of them are kind of being a weapon specialist here.
You almost see the exact same spread. It was basically the exact same damage they did to one another and the exact same kind of spread between their weapons. 416 on the spear for Holox, 411 on the sword for Sire, 130 on the axe for Holox, 128 on the hammer for Sire.
Yeah, dead even game. And Sire comes out here with Finn the Human. I like it. Whenever I first started playing this game and I saw that Finn was in it, I was automatically sold.
I was never a big Adventure Time guy, so that just was a part of cartoons that I just didn't get. Nice neutral light, though, to pick that one up. Weapon toss goes just a little bit low. If we're looking at some of the previous characters that Sire has locked in tournament, it's been mostly the Bodvar for like 46 different games. A lot of Bodvar tournament play. Then if you look at this Brawlhalla pick, coming in at 4 games, the Koji at 5 games, the Nash at 3 games, the Bryn at 2 games. So Sire, even though obviously has experience on this character, not a lot of tournament experience when Sire has reported characters.
I love the knowledge coming out, the statistics, the reports coming out from my man Sparky, letting the people know. And right now, Sire is letting Holox know what's happening. Is that going to be a Sire punish? No. Trying to do a weapon toss, does not land it. Sword in hand, tried to sig it. Not going to get it, and that one's going to work.
Holox struggling to find this KO. Goes for the double D-light. Does get the side air as well instead of going for the recovery because he was closest to that left blast zone. So the spear or the side air was the right choice to go for over the recovery that would send directly up. But still, Sire is basically a full stock in the lead, playing it safe over here on the corner. Oh, just barely misses the side air. I thought he might have spaced the side light enough to be able to pick that one up true. Holox has opportunities to find damage, but then goes over. Weapon toss. Nice GC side light from Sire. You could make an argument either way of like, okay, Holox can probably get back. So the GC side light, super safe, super easy to pick up, super easy to time. So great choice from Sire on that one.
Yeah, that was almost perfect offstage play right there. I guess it was perfect, right? It worked out exactly how he wanted it. And Sire's up a good bit, but Holox is, the way they're traversing the stage, I like what Holox is doing, trying to find moments to tap up some damage because they can't take a big hit. They can't take a big sequence and still hope to win this game when obviously you can see Sire's been outplaying. It's kind of like you got to tap, just take damage when you can, and not overextend. Because when you get into these mixes right here, this is what it is, right? Sire's just winning those exchanges. Sayre's going to work out Holox on orange. I think that's exactly what they wanted. Something slide, got a good KO, haven't eaten too much damage. Keep yourself in the game. Axe in hand coming out from Sire, but this is a big-time damage character. This could be over with quick if Holox doesn't make something happen. Oh!
Even when Sire spawned back in and the iframes were gone and Holox was at the weapon advantage, it still seemed like Holox was playing very defensively. Sire is basically in control of this game no matter what the situation and circumstances are. Just because Sire is playing so well, Holox is so far behind. Holox starting to add up this damage little by little, but it's not going to take much. That is Sire in the orange. Now that Sire is going to drop. I don't think that would have KO'd, but it would have sent Holox flying. That recovery. We're on Great Hall, Zip. Not going to KO just yet.
And there it is. That's going to be the game. Not going to make it. I saw it. I saw the future. I know you thought, oh, well, he might make it. No, I didn't. I knew he was out of there. Sire taking game number 2.
Beautiful GC sidelight. He's used it twice now. So you know that is a normal KO finisher option that he has when normally an opponent might be able to get back. We saw that sort of rise around DreamHack Austin. Or no, DreamHack Dallas several years ago. I believe Sandstorm was kind of the first one, at least that I noticed doing it. Doesn't mean he was the first one to do it, but was definitely the first one that I noticed doing it consistently to clean up these stocks in a tournament setting.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time we were on the desk together, and I just think it's one of the cleanest ways to get rid of a stock. Such a smart option. If you know that they don't have that dodge, or if you're getting a punish on the recovery, it's just so perfect if they're high damage to send them out to the side. Quick and easy. Doesn't give them really any time to react to do anything. And starting this bad boy off could have been dangerous, but the recovery is going to get back on there. Sire is fighting back with the sword on edge, even though it looked like Holox was winning the exchange.
Now, Zip, you mentioned before how Sire was doing a lot of his damage on the sword when we saw him play the Bodvar. All of a sudden, with the swap or switch to Brawlhalla, you still have that sword crossover, but based on last game, 443 damage was on the axe, and only 86 was on the sword. So a complete departure from what we saw on the Bodvar previously.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a thing that needs to be done in this game. You got to, wow, what in the world? There was no dodge loaded up in that kit? I thought there was a dodge ready to get back on there. But in a game like this where every single character has 2 weapons, you're making a choice to play 2 weapons, right? You can either play a character for their pack, their SIG pack, but they all have 2 weapons. And I'm not saying that it's a wrong way or a right way to play the game, but I don't think I'm a fan of playing a character and not using a weapon at all. Not to criticize Holox, you know what I mean? Holox is doing their thing. Obviously, they're one of the best players in this region. But, you know, I just feel like if you add that other weapon to the deal, you're going to give the other player more things to worry about other than trying to pick apart your one weapon.
No, you're definitely right on that. And Holox, like we mentioned, the whole Kosalix factor coming into this one. By far, Kosalix, and in this case Holox as well, are the complete outliers of this. They are the difference, not the norm whatsoever. So I think you're exactly right. If Holox could add something into their gameplay, if they kind of brought that axe in more, the Spear is solid. Like, you see how close this game is here. Sire is up 2 games in this best-of-5 set, so Holox is going to have to find something, hoping the axe can come in here.
Being forced to play axe right now with no weapon being spawned, actually getting pieced up by the sword a bit. Nice dodge into the punish. Sire looking good, and now the Spear is back. Holox is going to have to take the stock out quick, but going to get retaliated on. My man Sire is going ham-bone. Made it back, but the pogo's going to work out. Holox, all right. On the last legs here, powers up. We saw it last time, getting some fuel in the stomach, eating some pizza over there. These guys are gearing up for the end of this round.
Double sidelights coming in. Holox is going to need something big to get through this axe of Sire. Down signature, nice punish on that. Not going to really overextend on it. Now Holox is willing to go down there again.
Landing some good hits. Not too much. Only got slight yellow, but not getting hit is the biggest factor. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee is what Holox is going to have to do to take this game. Nice dodge from Sire. The pogo's not going to land. Tried to go for the recovery. No good. Woo! Saw him coming in hot. Jumped up to go get the Spear. That was perfect because that neutral light could have been a bad situation. There it is. Weapon toss punishes the recovery. Sire 3-0 on Holox. Great run, Holox, but Sire's moving forwards.
Now that is definitely unexpected. Seeing Sire going into this one. Sire went down into the loser's bracket very early. We 3-0'd Sire. And yet Holox took it to game 5 against Tiger and then went down into the loser's bracket and got 3-0'd. Just major swings from one direction to the other.
Yeah. I mean, this is how it goes, right? Like, you can beat the best player in the world.